Hey, ah. Ah, ah, hey, ah, hey. I will preach a message that will affect circumstances and everybody will be happy. But today I'm talking to custodians. Because we are talking business of glory. We are talking business of power, and not just ordinary power, power that shapes territories. So that the agenda of God is not truncated in Scotland. And here it's not, you don't need many people. You need few men. Do you know that when time ends, the whole number of wise men that built all the civilization of the different era are the ones who will come to fight with Jesus? Both the ones that have gone to heaven and the ones that are on earth. The Bible says there will be 10,000. In our generation alone, we are over 8 billion. 40 years ago, the world was about 6-point-something billion. Now, if you put all the men that have lived on earth together, we are more than 100 billion. But out of all of those eras, only 10,000 made it. That means even me who is preaching here, I may never qualify for it. For such men, a dispensation can be wielded to them until the time of John. That means that era belongs to him. He was the one who came first. But if God will be glorified in the land, it's because such men exist. Why do you think Sodom was destroyed? It's not because of their iniquity. It's because there was no arcade there. There was no governor in that land. And Abraham tried for them, but Abraham thought that that guy would have raised 10 righteous men. He didn't. Meanwhile, Abraham kept his own border. The integrity of Abraham's territory was kept. Even many years after Abraham left, Jacob was passing. He fell on a stone, and the stone was the gate of heaven. Because the man instituted heaven there. Bethel remains forever. Because Bethel moved from an earthly location to a heavenly location. And anytime you hear Bethel, is the house of God. So Abraham turned his territory to the house of God. But Sodom and Gomorrah vanished. Because Lot was a businessman. He didn't grow in the spirit to become a man of stature. The business of power is a serious business in the kingdom. And only wise men truly find and maximize power. Let's sit down for a moment. Now, this thing I have shared with you, it doesn't only happen in the realm of God. Even in darkness, it happens. If you study Ephesians chapter 6 from verse 10, where Paul said, be strong in the Lord and in the power of his might, you will now understand that the reason Paul was advising us to be strong is because darkness too is doing its own recruitment. Because if we don't wake up, when the recruitment of darkness is over, they will overrun us. He said we wrestle not against flesh and blood. Because when this job is finished, a warfare will always take place. Every generation must fight her warfare. And you didn't choose the battle chose you. He said we wrestle not against flesh and blood. I didn't know when I entered the wrestling bar. I didn't know when I went to a ring. That means they turned the territory to a ring. If you don't fight, you can't conquer it. We will subdue you on the land. He said, but against principalities, powers, rulers of darkness, spiritual wickedness in heavenly places. When you study those words, you now understand the organogram of the demon, of the devil. The word principalities, coincidentally, is also the word alke. It also means governor and first in rank. So when the devil wants to take a territory, the first set of spirits, princes they send are called alkes. They are principalities. They come into the land, and what they do is that, because they are not men, the way God works is that he raises men as alkes in territories. But because these ones are not men, they don't have the legal authority over the land. So what they do is that when they come into the land, they look for men that should have the stature of alkanes but are not serving God. And they infiltrate them. So their job is to recruit men that have legality so that they will bring legitimacy to them in those territories. So when our king comes here, for example, he will censor us and you'll be watching. You woke up, you say you had a dream. The dream came to pass. This is a prophet. He will put you in a cycle. Another person had a vision. I saw this person die though. What happened? The person dies. This is a seer. Another person wakes up. I'm seeing this person prosper. I don't know why it looks as if prosperity come. He will now gather all of them together. When he gathers them together, the recruitment project is to create something that will change their soul structure. So you see a prophet who is very sensitive in the spirit wakes up and suddenly he starts liking pornography. And he say he loves seeing. No, it's a program. A principality is about to recruit you. And in our own case now is perversion. A man who is supposed to be a prophet wakes up and says, I'm feeling like a woman. And then he says, it's my right. It's how I feel. He doesn't have wisdom. It's a fallen person. In the spirit realm, he's dwarfed. So the principalities dwarfed him. But they need his throne in order to bring legislation over the land. And the moment he does that perversion, his soul is seared forever. And so when they recruit such people, what they use them to do is that they convert them to become messengers. So they are the ones who transmit the agenda of those spirits. But you see, the spirit will not take the risk of just recruiting because they can change their mind. So when a principality finishes, a power comes. The word power, coincidentally again, is the word exousia. To show you that what is happening in light is also happening in darkness. When the power comes, what the power does is that that thing you are beginning to do, he will put a code there and it will become an addiction. So you started before by, you just love a football team and there's nothing wrong in watching football. On Saturday you stroll, you watch your match and come back. But after 6 months, any Saturday you don't watch football, it's like cocaine. Your body is turning. Even if you are in a Bible study, you are checking. No scripture will enter your spirit again. As it's entering here, it's going here. You will now say, is there a toilet here? You go out and your toilet becomes stadium. Because a power has come. It has become an addiction. You looked upon a naked person and you say, you looked again. Before you know what is happening, tomorrow you are looking for sites where there are naked pictures. A power has come. It will put an addiction there and it will stamp it. So that thing that you used your will to do casually, it will take another power to take you out of it. Even the day you wake up and say, I don't want again, you will now discover that I don't want again doesn't exist there. Because you have stepped into the court of a power. You will do many resolutions. 1st of January, you say, I write all of this resolution. You will now discover that resolutions cannot function where a power is. On the 2nd of January, you have broke 80% of your resolution. You will now tell yourself, Kai, this is no easy. That's when you will know you need help. Because you didn't know that a territory was being shaped. You didn't know that a civilization was being built. And wise men in the spirit and wise spirits are in the business of recruitment. See, this is why we tell Christians that Christianity is not going to be taken serious until consecration becomes a law. It's only among Christians that you find a Christian who is secular. The people that work for the devil, you will never find a worldly one. There's no worldly witch. You only have worldly pastors and worldly prophet. How many witch have you seen who is into fashion? They wear Gucci watch, Gucci chain, Gucci garment, Gucci shoe. And a witch is, no, they don't have that time. They know that they are building a kingdom. Now, there's nothing wrong in dressing well. But if you are so obsessed about dress until you become a fashion star, it means you are not part of those who are building. So what powers do is to create addictions. And when they create those addictions, you will remain there. You can't break out again. The whole idea is to make you their messenger. Because you are the one who has legitimacy in the territory. They create energies, create motions in the environment. A young lady wakes up and says, she likes skimpy things. What's wrong? Is it a sin? No, it's not a sin. The problem is that you'll soon become a messenger.